Hello, and welcome to NS301 No Name Platform Installation. My name is George Karabotis. I will be the technical instructor for this uh, set of recordings. Um, I'm pretty much managing everything related to training, right? You request for a VM, I'll be the one who will be responding. I'm teaching, I'm creating the courses, the infrastructure, and so on. Okay? I'm based out of Wilmington, North Carolina nowadays. My relevant experience 14 plus years as a software developer, and somewhere between those 14 plus years, I choose to follow an academic career until I realized it's not for me, and I went back being a software developer. Now, for the past almost 11 and a half years, I've been working in a professional training capacity, and No Name is my third gig in this capacity. Okay. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is I've been with No Name for the past now 2.5 years. The experience with section contains some of the skill sets that you need to have, you may have, or it's going to make your understanding of the No Name platform a little easier if you have these skills. Um, the primary skill for our course, in all honesty, you need Unix command line interface experience, right? That's what you need. Okay. OS, it's a systems administration class after all. We need to install the no-name platform on a VM. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay. Your expectation is you will be able to install the no-name platform and a remote engine um, on a Linux system. Okay. That's your expectation. And of course, by installing it, you will understand um, aspects of the no-name platform, like its architecture, what are the different deployment models, and so on, right? We'll talk about it in the objectives, a couple of slides down. Now, you have a copy of the slides that I'm sharing with you currently. It's going to be of the PDF kind. There is a walkthrough manual, about 7-8 pages long. Actually, more than that. My apologies. It's much larger than that. It's about 17 pages long. Okay, it's about 17 pages long and contains step-by-step instructions on how to complete the exercises. Okay. There is a set of student files that we need to download and use. When there is the time for us to download them and use them, I'll show it to you. It's part of the final exercise. Again, if you don't want to do it, that's okay. It's just the final exercise. You can just watch the recording. It's entirely up to you. Okay. Speaking of which, if you want to do the exercises, you need two VMs. You need a VM where we're going to install the no-name platform, and you need another VM where we will install the remote engine. Okay? And I'll explain what these two are for. You need access to websites with self-signed certificates. After all, the no-name platform comes packaged with um, a self-signed certificate. So if your laptop, if your computer cannot access because of your corporate, um, I don't know, setup, then you're not going to be able to access the no-name platform, and you're not going to be able to complete the exercises. Okay. You need access to a RESTful client, Postman, Insomnia, curl. I will be using Postman in this course. Your manual contains the curl commands if you prefer curl, but I would be using Postman primarily because it's the most common RESTful client out there, and so on. We need access to a terminal so that we are able to SSH into the VMs. They're of the AWS kind, they're EC2s. Right? We need access to a license file. And for any questions, any issues, any comments, training at thenamesecurity.com. Now, the two VMs and the license file, they're not provisioned. They are not provisioned automatically. Okay, so you register for the course, you start listening to this recording. It's at this moment that you need to decide whether you would like to do the exercise so you can gain hands-on experience or not. Again, not everybody learns the same way, guys. Okay? Some people prefer to do the actual hands-on exercises, some others don't. If you want to do the actual exercises, send an email to training@nonamesecurity.com indicating that email in the subject line, in the email body, the course that you need resources for. And as soon as I know the course, the code, the course, I don't care, I will know what I need to provision. And I will be responding back within a couple of hours, providing you with the two VMs and the license file. Okay. My advice is to do the hands-on, right? Most of us learn best when we actually do something, when we are engaged. Okay. But it's entirely up to you, right? We're all adults here. Okay. So these are the resources and the necessary prerequisites in order to complete the course. And what are the main objectives? Well, I'd like to have a brief discussion, actually in the next section, about the customer success team, its roles, its timeline, the scope, and so on. Okay. We'll talk about the different deployment models, and then we're going to go ahead and install the no-name platform. Once we install the no-name platform, we're going to go ahead and provision a remote engine. Once we provision the remote engine, we will be able to go ahead and install it. And as soon as we complete the installation of the no-name platform and its remote engine, then we're going to go ahead and send traffic, right? We're going to mimic traffic arriving at the no-name platform. And that's going to give me the opportunity of explaining you what is the form of the traffic. What does that look like when it arrives in the no-name platform? Okay, and it's important to know these different aspects because it helps with debugging. Okay, it's going to help you debug a little easier. Okay, all right, and actually it's where in that final section when I explain when we mimic sending traffic, so I'm going to show you a few commands where you can actually um, help yourself when you troubleshoot. Okay. All right, so this is a section end slide. This is a visual indication that the recording is done. Again, our LMS doesn't do a good job in indicating that the recording has completed. So I was asked by some of you to provide you with a visual indication. Okay. All right. Very first section is done. Talk to you in the next.